The East India Company began not with armies, but with merchants seeking fortune. In 1600, Queen Elizabeth I granted a royal charter to London businessmen, giving them exclusive rights to trade with the East Indies. Their goal: bring back spices and textiles from India and sell them for huge profits in Europe. The first voyages were perilous. Storms, pirates, and disease threatened every journey. The company's early attempts focused on Indonesia, but fierce Dutch competition forced them to look elsewhere. Their attention soon turned to India, ruled by the powerful Mughal Empire. The Mughals weren't interested in European spices, but India's textiles were world-renowned. In 1612, after a naval victory over the Portuguese, the company gained favour with Emperor Jahangir. Sir Thomas Roe, sent as ambassador, secured a trade agreement. The company built its first trading post in Surat. This small foothold marked the beginning of a new era. What started as a risky business venture would soon grow into something far greater. The company's ambitions were no longer limited to trade. The seeds of empire had been planted. From a single warehouse, a corporate giant would rise. The story of the East India Company had only just begun. For over a century, the company was just a guest in India, trading under Mughal rule. Its officials bought Indian goods and shipped them to London, their power limited to coastal trading posts. But in the 1700s, the Mughal Empire weakened and chaos spread. The company and its French rivals took sides in local conflicts, each building private armies. The turning point came at the Battle of Plassey in 1757. Robert Clive, with a small force and a secret alliance, defeated the Nawab of Bengal. This was less a battle than a corporate coup. Bribery and betrayal won the day. The company gained control of Bengal, India's richest province, and began collecting taxes. Suddenly, it was more than a trading company. It was a ruler. The wealth from Bengal funded a growing private army. The company's transformation from merchant to sovereign had begun. Its power would only grow from here. India's fate was now in the hands of a corporation. Company rule brought sweeping changes and suffering to India. The company's main goal was profit, leading to harsh taxes and widespread poverty. The Great Bengal Famine of 1770, worsened by company policies, killed millions. British officials, or nabobs, grew rich, living in luxury while many Indians starved. The wealth extracted from India fueled Britain's Industrial Revolution and made company men powerful at home. But stories of corruption and brutality sparked outrage in Britain. Calls for reform grew louder as the company's rule became more bureaucratic. English became the language of government. Railways and telegraphs were built to serve company interests. These changes reshaped Indian society and infrastructure. Yet, the company's rule was always about control and profit. India was governed not by a king, but by a board of directors in London. The consequences would be felt for generations. The East India Company commanded a private army larger than Britain's own. By the 1800s, it had nearly 200,000 soldiers, mostly Indian sepoys led by British officers. This force conquered vast territories, defeating powerful kingdoms like Mysore and the Marathas. The company's appetite for wealth extended beyond India. To balance trade with China, it grew opium in India and smuggled it into China, fueling addiction and profit. When China resisted, Britain, backed by the company, waged the Opium Wars, forcing open Chinese markets. The company minted money, made laws, and ruled millions from its London headquarters. It was a business acting as a sovereign state, an unprecedented experiment in corporate power. But such unchecked authority could not last. The world was beginning to question the company's right to rule. Its downfall was on the horizon. The age of corporate empire was nearing its end. The company's end came with the violent rebellion of 1857. Indian soldiers, angered by years of exploitation, rose up in what became known as the First War of Independence. The uprising was brutally crushed, shocking Britain and exposing the dangers of corporate rule. In 1858, the British government dissolved the company, taking direct control of India. Queen Victoria became Empress, and the era of the British Raj began. The company's legacy was complex. It drained India's wealth, but also built railways and legal systems. It connected continents through trade, often at great human cost. The story of the East India Company is a cautionary tale of profit-driven power. It shaped the destinies of millions and changed the world forever. The age of empire had a new face, one born in the boardrooms of London. Its lessons still echo today.